Well, hello fly babies. It's me, Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to help you have peace in your life, control in your home, and to learn to finally love yourself. Today, we're going to be talking about self-discipline and our inner child. I can't wait to talk to you about it. I'm so looking forward to it. It seems that it's a very constant thing with my fly babies. It seems like, especially this week, that's been the conversation we've been having. So we'll have that conversation today. So let's see. Hi, Sue Ansel. For 2 minutes, we're going to say hello. Courtney Jenkins from Texas, howdy do. Penny Neighbors, hey. Jessica B, hi. Terry E, hello. Shirley John Drew, hi. Mercy Smart, hey. Roxy says, Roxanne Wolf, good afternoon. Have no discipline. Heather Yo, good afternoon. Raising Up Jules, hello from Louisiana. Debbie Fulganiti, hi. Scribbles, hi. Tracy Allen, hello. Tracy B, hello. We got lots of Tracys. Lisa Cordzo, good evening. Donna Wiggins, hi, great having you here again. Irene Hartwig, hello from Manitoba, I think. Yep. Karen M, hi. Oh my, what a good subject. Polly Dolly says, hey. Judy Spiegel, hi from Duck, North Carolina. Jackie Longnecker, hi. Suburban Hillbilly, listening. Pat Fisher, hi from, where are you from, Pat? Miss Violet says hi, and Marielle from P. Forest is from Michigan says hi. Lindsay Van Dusen just got home from spending a day in town with my mother-in-law. Happy days. Pat Fisher, North Dakota. Mama Ills, hi from Western Australia. Melanie Mosikian, hi. Hi. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, so let's get into the meat of our conversation tonight. Oops, sorry about that. I kicked my tripod. One more. Me and my little one say hi from Tampa. Hi, Vanessa H. And Jay, Jasmine, and Ivan, and Georgianne Colette from, boy, I need the topic today. Okay, let's get into it. So, self-discipline and your inner child. Well, you know what happens to us when we're children? My daughter said this the other day, or my daughter said this. She said, kids get told what to do all the time, so they're really easy because when something happens big in their life, they just have to roll with the punches. It's something they're used to. But as adults, thank you, Mercy, I just had it cut. As adults, we don't get told what to do too much. And so when we do, it's like, oh, what do you mean? I'm a grown-up. You don't talk to me like that. Well, here's what happens when we become adults. We turn 21. We're out on our own, possibly at that point, and we say, you know what? I can eat all the chocolate I want, and nobody's going to stop me. Or I can use foul language and nobody can say anything about it. Or I can get to bed as late as I want. It's nobody's business if I do, right? So we do all these things and we don't care what anyone else thinks. And really, we shouldn't care what anyone else thinks. However, there's an inner child in us that is the one who's saying those things. And it's not in our best interest most of the time, right? So that little inner child just wants to have fun, and she does it even though it's risking your health or risking your career or risking your life in some cases, the way you drive in traffic. So what we want to do is talk about how to discipline or self-discipline our inner child. So Farmer Meemaw's here. I think we talked about this today, Farmer Meemaw. So we're going to talk about self-disciplining our little child and how we do that, our inner child. So let's think about children. When children are in your home, whether they're yours or your nieces or nephews or whatever, and you're in charge of them, you want the best for them. So you want them to eat a meal. You don't want them to stand up at the counter eating cottage cheese out of the container with a spoon and calling it lunch, right, or dinner. That's not good. We're going to make them sit down, but we do it, right? We want them to go to bed on time, but we stay out up till 3 in the morning, sometimes later. We want them to wear clean. Well, we wear clean clothes, but we want them to put their clothes in the hamper, or take a bath, or brush their teeth, or wash their face, or have fresh air, or go play with friends, or have books to read. We want all these good things for them, and we want to discipline them for one reason. Not because we hate them, because we love them. because we want them to grow up to be responsible adults and be able to function in society. We want them to be able to pay their bills and pay their taxes and do what their boss says without risking their career, right? We also want to teach them how to be individuals and stand up for themselves and all those little nuances. But first we teach them the basics. And we need to get back to basics with ourselves. You may not need to. I do. And I think a lot of my fly babies do. So let's talk about it. Hi, Shay. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about how we discipline ourselves. Here's how we discipline ourselves. Farmer Mima, you crack me up. Okay, so here's how we discipline ourselves. We start by following our routines. So that means we try to get up a half hour. We don't try, we make a point to get up a half hour before the family so that we can take care of ourselves. We can get our teeth brushed, our face washed, our moisturizer on, our hair brushed, our clothes on. We can wipe out the sink and swish the toilet and get to the kitchen and empty the dishwasher and make some breakfast or coffee or whatever. We can get that morning routine done like that. It doesn't take long. But if we don't self-discipline ourselves, when the alarm goes off, we say, oh man, I'm not getting up. No, I'm staying in bed. And we make this decision, which is not a good decision, because later on the kids are in the bed saying, Mommy, I'm hungry and I'm going to be late for school and I can't find my shoes and Jimmy hit me and where's my backpack and all that stuff. And now you have to go through a really hateful time in the morning. Really, for you, it's a time where you're going, oh, what is wrong with me? Why didn't I get up early and do that? Because you didn't exercise self-discipline. The next thing is your laundry routine. Exercising self-discipline means you do a load a day and you take it out of the washer and put it in the dryer, and when it stops, you fold it and put it away. That's self-discipline. Not exercising self-discipline is letting yourself get up to 8, 10, 12, 16 loads of dirty clothes. And then you're sad and you don't have anything to wear. And the kids are digging through the dirty clothes trying to find their cleanest dirty clothes, right? So we want to get our laundry done. And we don't want to just get it done. We want to fold it or hang it up and put it away. We don't want to leave it in the baskets, but that's what we do because we're tired. Right? All those excuses we talked about yesterday come into play. I'm pregnant. My husband's working swing shift. I don't want to. I'm too intelligent for this remedial work. Remember those excuses from yesterday when we were talking about those things in the original book, The Sidetracked Home Executives? So we all have excuses, but we have to learn to go around those and overcome that and discipline ourselves or self-discipline ourselves. The next thing is the paper. What about the paper piles around your house? To discipline yourself, you will work on a little inch a day, just a little inch. We're not asking for much. Do you remember, I know you do, when you were in high school and at the beginning of the year, the teacher would say, okay, we've got at the end of the semester a big report due and you've got to have this, 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 and this. And okay, so we're going to work on this the first week and this the second week and this the third week. And at the end of the third month, our whole thing is going to be done. And that's the way it was. But as you got older and more mature, the teachers would just say, hey, we've got a thing done. The paper is due at the end of the semester. Here's all the things that have to be in it. Make sure you get it done, right? And then what did we do, Sidetracked Home Executives? What did we do? We waited. We said, I've got all semester, right? And then the next month rolled around and suddenly we're at the last month and suddenly we're at the last week. And then we decide to pull out the stuff and say, oh my goodness, I got to get all this done. And so you stayed up late and you threw things together and you couldn't find the supplies you needed. And finally you turned it in and you might get lucky and make a B, but sometimes you make a C on those papers because the teacher could tell you threw it together. You know, and occasionally you might even get an A, but you're fooling yourself if you think that's the way it is all the time. So that's what we do in our life. We fool ourselves. I've got loads of time before the relatives come. I can get this house spiffed up. I've got 3 months. Before you know it, you've got 2 days, 1 day. They're coming now. They'll be here in 5 minutes, and you still haven't done it. And that's because of a lack of self-discipline. So let's purpose to be disciplined. Right? So let's purpose to say, I'm going to do my weekly home blessing hour because I know how good it feels when it's done. I know how good it feels. It's an inexplicable feeling. I can't quite describe it, but it feels so good to have it done. or to have your zone done, especially if you've got the clutter gone and you start cleaning and you've gotten your zone done for the week. I didn't ask you to do but 4 little things, 4 things in there, and you feel so good, and that's part of self-discipline. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I want you to be purposeful and self-discipline yourself, but remember that your little inner child wants to have fun, so you have to reward yourself. Remember when I said when you do something, do it first, do it fast and focused, make it fun and finish. If you don't make it fun, it won't get done. You have to find something good to make it fun so your inner child will cooperate with you, or reward yourself. And the nicest thing to do is once you have self-disciplined yourself and you have done your jobs and done them like that. I know I got an A before Antonia, and it's a fake A, because next time you won't get an A if you had to jumble it all up like that. But it's a bad reason. It's bad when we get A's on last minute things, because then we think we can do it every time, and we can't do it every time because life happens most of the time. Okay, so what was I saying? So let's reward ourselves. So when you've gotten it done, if you just sit down and look at your list of things to do, your 7 things that we do every day, except Tuesdays. On Tuesdays we only do 5 things. On Saturdays and Sundays, if you're an at-home flybaby, you only do 5 things. If you're a payroll flybaby, you do 7 things maybe on Saturday, but only 5 things on Sunday. And the 5 things are the 5 routines: morning routine, laundry routine, paper routine, after dinner routine, before bed routine. And the 2 things are the basic weekly plan and the this zone. And those things are 15 minutes each. So if you really focus, you can get things done really quick in the morning and then have the rest of the day to play and reward your little inner child. All right, so I'm going to open it up to questions about self-discipline and the inner child and see what you have to ask or comment about. I can't wait to hear what you say. Waiting. It takes a few minutes for your things to come through, so I'll tell you. I got my hair cut today, just got back. I had some layers put in it. You like it? I know you said you did when you came in. So, yeah, it's super thick in the back, so they had to layer it. Okay, Suburban Hillbilly's inner child is a brat. That's so funny. Did you know that Suburban Hillbilly, you were here when I talked about the Sidetracked Home Executives, and Pam Young, who's one of the authors, she said her inner child, she named her Nellie, like Nellie on Little House on the Prairie, because her inner child was a brat. All right, I'm sorry I missed some stuff, but I just had to tell you that. All right, let's see. If you don't make it fun, it won't get done. So good. Yep, and I got that from Pam Young. Melissa, Terry E. Okay, wait. Gabriella, when we do it last minute, it's not a real blessing. It's just plain old luck. That's right, Gabriella. That's Gabriella Faith. Caldwell Crew. Oh, thanks about the hair. Thanks. Y'all are sweet. Okay, no, today is not my birthday. My birthday is July 26th, and I generally let you know a month in advance and a week in advance, and I let you know it's my birthday. It's my husband's birthday. He's 68 years old today, and he's so precious and good, and we didn't even do anything. I gave him a cup of coffee this morning, but tomorrow is our plan. So we're going to have fun tomorrow. I had calls today. Okay, thank you, Tracy Allen. Missy Miller, paper routine every day. Ugh, it's the hardest part for me, even an inch. Well, you're not handling it, Missy. You're just sorting it. You only handle it on your desk day. So you just sort it. Is this something I need to take an action on? Is this something that I need to file? Those 2 things go in your sort pile, and everything else is recycle. Just go through an inch real quick, and then on Wednesdays, that's the day you go through those things and take action. Okay, sorry. Let's see what else I missed. I'm going back. Nellie on the Little House. Let's see. Yeah, so Missy, you can do it. Lori Sample. Oh, thank you, Lori. Cynthia Ruth Bronfman. I always mess your name up. Bronfman. That's right. I can see that you had your... Oh, thank you. Mercy Smart. What's the best way to baby step to being disciplined? I really suck at this. The very best way is to get up in the morning. No, the very best way is to do the nighttime routine. The nighttime routine is the cornerstone routine, and it makes you go to bed on time so that you get your 8 hours sleep. Because if a child doesn't have 8 hours sleep or more, they're not fun to be around, and you're not going to be self-disciplined if you don't have enough rest. You don't have the strength for it. It takes a lot of strength. But you purpose to go to bed on time and then get up at your half hour before the family and start doing your morning routine. That's the beginning of self-discipline. Okay, that's the beginning. You can do it. You can do it. I'm here for you. We're all here for you. All right, let me back up because I'm missing a bunch of things. I don't want to miss anything. All of your comments are so important to me. And I know I sometimes miss it. I'm sorry. And sometimes I just have to give up and go to the current ones. Okay. But that was Mercy Smart. Right. Okay. Gabriella, Nellie on Little House. That's right. Shay can't find her inner child. She never got to be one. Everyone has an inner child, Shay. Don't you believe it? She's in there. She just hasn't snuck her little head up yet. Courtney Jenkins, sometimes I can't tell if it's my inner child or my MS flaring up. Well, now, legitimately, MS flares up. But inner child is when it's like, no, I'm not doing it. That's your inner child. Or, I'll do it later. That's your inner child. Okay, if you feel bad, that's not your inner child. But if you're like, you know what, I'm not doing that, that's your inner child. And we've all done it. I'm going to have to go to the current questions. I'm sorry, there's just so many. Grandpa Smooter, Mr. B, you're getting some happy birthday things. Georgiana Colette says, I'm a pretty disciplined person, but my enemy can be giving myself a hard time if I don't follow every single one of your directions. Yeah, don't do that. We are not perfectionists. We are not. I mean, we are perfectionists, but we are not perfect. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. Remember that. There was only one perfect person in the world, Jesus. Other than that, we're not perfect. So don't worry about it. Do the best you can. You know what Flylady says? She says, jobs done imperfectly still bless the family. There's no perfection. And try to get that word perfect out of your conversation. Do that. Okay. Let's see. Tracy B. wished you a happy birthday. Antonia Sasser, I didn't finish my comment. I got an A on my zone cleaning, but an F on my paper. Ugh. Okay. Well, there you go. Janet Solorzano. Okay. Decluttering is my challenge. I've got a knee injury and arthritis in my back, so just getting through the routines is all I can do. Sometimes on a good day, I can get through weekly routine. Good. Just do what you can do, or do less of it. You know, because at some point you're going to do weekly routines, and at some point you're going to do zones, but just do 5 minutes if you don't feel good. Just do 5. Don't do 15. You'll do okay. You have my permission. All right, let's see what else we've got. I don't know how far back to go. Let's look. Okay, Lori Sample. I missed your original question, Lori. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find it. My husband handles the bills in our family. He has paper clutter and it doesn't seem to bother him. Don't want to mess with it, but it, going down, does bother me. Should I sort it for him? Any suggestions? No, don't sort it for him, but tell him, honey, I would love to see this paper in a contained area and not just out here on the desk, because it makes it look messy and cluttered, and I'm really working on that, and it's a real downfall for me. It would be helpful if you could maybe organize that or put it in a file, or can we shred some of it? Can I help you with it? But don't touch it without talking to him about it. It's just like you wouldn't want him to touch your stuff if you paid the bills, because he's inevitably you're going to throw something away that he was saving because he needed it for something. So don't do that. But tell him, here's your inbox, and you put it in here, but if it comes over the top of the inbox, I'm going to assume you need more help, and I'll help you. Something like that. Okay. All right, I'm skipping down here. I'm going to Megan Molesworth. Tell your inner brat to just do 5 minutes. It's always the first 5 minutes that's the hardest. If you do that, you might be able to do another 10. That's very good. Oh, and paper is not scary now with your cinch inches. Yeah, because I say an inch is a cinch, and inch by inch it's a cinch, yard by yard it's hard. That's right. So cinch inches, I love it. Master Yoda. I don't know, Master Yoda, that's nothing that we're handling here. Michelle Scarberry. Does anyone else watch Kat's video as me time while their kid is eating dinner? You guys are funny. Hit a lick at a snake. Use your timer to stop. I love it, Roxy. That's a definite expression in the South. JDK 3. Michelle, I watch her all the time. You guys are funny. Irene Hartwig. I think procrastination is my middle name. Try to change that to was my middle name. Good. I love it. Nancy Ann Ramirez. I was always successful at work I'll say something about that in a second. My last job was executive director, great manager, big picture person, had 4 secretaries who followed me around, and when I stopped working, I couldn't manage my home. That is not uncommon. That is not uncommon. Not always. Some people are super messy at work too, but some people are all together at work, and they get home and they lose all their discipline. And that's all that is. That's discipline. I was an executive as well, and I was very successful at what I did. And yeah. And then when I come home, my house was right until I really learned the system. Okay, Kat, Olin watches the things too, scribbles every evening. No, the evening routine is the one that gives me the most problems. I try to go to bed earlier. If I try, I can't sleep. That's all right. It's because you're not sleeping when you go to bed. I know that's a catch-22, but if you'll make yourself get up in the morning, even though you didn't get to sleep, you laid there and you couldn't sleep, maybe you read a book or something to try to relax, but you couldn't sleep, it's because you're not sleeping because you slept too late in the morning. But make yourself get up at the time you're supposed to get up in order to do whatever it is you want to accomplish, like the half hour before the family, and then that night try it again and do it again, and 2 or 3 days you'll be tired and you'll go to sleep, unless you have a sleeping problem, and that's a possibility. Okay. Gosh, there's a lot of questions. Oh, Nancy Ann, your inner child is an entitled brat. Okay, this is Hello Darling. We are paper purging out the kids' backpacks and folders while waiting at piano lessons. I'm focusing on finishing the process, enjoying it. High five. Good job. All right. The evening routine is the one that gives me the most problems. Okay, that was Scribbles. All right, Scribbles, so I hope that answered your question. JDK wants me to start a podcast. I don't know anything about those. I may start, I hate to say it, a blog. I may start a blog. Okay. Antonia, this plan is definitely working for me, but it takes time to implement new routines. It does take time. That's why I tell you to start with your routines only, because it's like spinning plates. You know those guys at the circus with the plates on the sticks? Once you get them all spinning and you're good at it, then you can add the next level and the next level. And that's what I talk about in my video, you know, how to do the Flylady system for newbies. Okay. Let's see what I missed. So funny. Okay, Lindsay Van Dusen. I couldn't manage my home when I was employed. Going on month 2, staying at home, but inner child has been happy to be home too. Yeah. That's okay. We're aware of it, right? So we can exercise our self-discipline. Rachel McGee said, first time doing zones, my kitchen looks so clean. I feel so happy cooking dinner. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? It's kind of hard to describe the happiness. It's not like happy. It's like, It's like peaceful happiness. All right, let's see what I'm missing. A suggestion from Rachel McKee, sleeping problems. Try shutting off everything from the day that is still running in your subconscious, all the stuff that you're working on, etc., and no screen time an hour before bed. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I fall asleep watching videos, and then I wake up and I have to turn it off and plug in my charger, but that's what I do. I'm so glad I'm your motivation, Annie. Ani Vidra. I hope I said it right. What was that to Fatima? Let's see. Something, did you say Fatima? Let's find you, baby girl. Here you are. I got better at cleaning during this pregnancy, but problem is I just cleaned my whole house today, so no buts to it. It looked like a tornado went through it. It looked like a tornado went through it. Any ideas on how to keep a clean home? Yeah, I have a great idea. Do the Flylady system. Don't clean the whole house at one time, but now that it's done, do the Flylady system. If you haven't done it, go watch that video, and that's what I think Michelle or somebody was talking about, to go look at the video how to do the system for newbies, the Flylady system for newbies. It's on my home page. It's 40 minutes, so you'll need to take notes, but it is a total explanation of how to do this. Tracy said, I heard what you said about needing to rest to be able to discipline yourself, but what do you do when as a working mom there just isn't enough time? You know, that's what we tell ourselves. We say, Tracy Allen, we say that there's not enough time. There's 24 hours in the day. Now I know you are rolling your eyes at me, but give me a minute. There's 24 hours in the day. If we sleep 8, that leaves us with what? 16? 17, 18, 19, yeah, leaves us with 16. All right, so then if you do the things I'm telling you to do, they take about, at the maximum, 2 to 3 hours a day. And that's on a day where you have to do the weekly home blessing hour, or you have to go grocery shopping, and you're doing 15 minutes of decluttering, and you're taking a long time doing your things, a long time. So let's just say maximum 3 hours, and it won't take 3 hours. It won't. But that leaves you with 13 hours. 13 hours. The thing that we have to do is train our children to self-soothe, to self-entertain for 15 minutes. We're not asking them to do it for hours on end. 15 minutes. I'm washing the dishes. I'll be done in 15 minutes. Go play. Go watch your show. It's on TV. Watch it for 15 minutes. Or sit here and I'll give you a pot and a pan and you can play here. That kind of thing. You have to have 15 minutes to do your things. If you don't, and you let your children continue to manipulate you, which is what they're doing because they want your attention, and that's normal. That's not bad behavior. That's normal children's behavior. They want your attention. They want you in their face 24/7, but we can't do that. Do you really want to play tea party all day long? No. Now I realize that you have sick babies and children who have to be taken places and bills to pay and all that stuff, but I promise you, you have 13 hours minimum to do those things in, so you have plenty of time. The key is planning it. Looking at what you have to do the night before and making sure it fits in the next day. And you know what? You don't have to do it every time. You can skip it. You can skip something. There's no law against skipping something. There is a problem if you skip it all the time. But if you have something that came up, somebody's in the hospital or whatever, you can skip. It's okay. I'm not going to put you in jail. Okay? All right, I hope that helped, Fatima. I never know what to call you. I'm going to call you Fatima. I know I do it all the time. Okay. Oh, gosh, let's see. So that was Tracy. Okay, Megan Molesworth. If he wants to pay bills, it's his job to throw them away, but he may not have sorted them because he isn't sure how to do it or some other reason. That's a good point. But just have a conversation with him. Oh, and I am enjoying walking through the front door now. Home routines have made such a difference. So is your house giving you a hug because you've given it a hug? That's what's happening. I like to think of inanimate objects as animate. So I think, oh, that poor little house, nobody's taking care of it, nobody's loving it, nobody's mowing the yard, nobody's planting flowers, nobody's vacuuming the rug, nobody's wiping the sinks down. And then when you do, it's like, oh, that happy little house, it's finally being loved. I know that's a little crazy, a little cuckoo, but it's okay. It makes me happy, and it makes me think, well, my house is giving me a hug, right? Okay, sorry. Let's go back here. Let's see. Ginger Rogers finally did the weekly home blessing in 1 hour by listening to Flylady talking me through it in her old 2009 podcast, and I realized I was trying to do too much. Yes, exactly. Good, I'm glad you did that. Antonio Sasser, I was thinking about you this morning. When I left my clean house, I feel peace in my life. I have control in my house, and I'm finally loving myself. Thank you so much. Aw, that is awesome, and that's what I want for you. I wish I could come through the screen again and give you a kiss or a hug. So happy. Kiss you right on the cheek. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Tracy says, I'm not following the math. How can you have 13 hours after working and sleeping? Well, no, you can't. You have 13 hours. If you're not an at-home mother, an at-home fly baby, you have to take out the work time. So if you take out the work time, Tracy, are you watching my daily videos for payroll fly babies? Because that is where this is addressed. The daily morning video at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because when you work, you have to take out about 10 hours from the day, and you don't do 3 hours of things in your home. You only do your morning routine, your after dinner routine, your paper and laundry, and before bed routine. And if you can do a little bit of what's happening that day, but you might have to save it for Saturday. That's what you do. Go watch those videos every morning, and they'll tell you and the at-home fly babies exactly what to do that day. So there's no reason not to do it. I'm telling you exactly what to do every single day to help you. I'm here to help you, Tracy. So yeah, if you're working, but if you're at home mom, that's the math on that. So that's good. Okay, Lisa, I have trouble organizing time. Okay, I don't know what that is. You must be talking to someone else, but that's okay. Okay, I had to get rid of cable. I used to watch the news. I would get so agitated. Now I watch my favorite movies on DVD. I think I've worn out Pride and Prejudice. That's true. You know, you can binge watch anything. You can binge watch my videos. You can binge watch TV. You can binge watch the news, and it will affect your attitude. And your attitude is everything. So try not to do that. Have a time where you can do those things and say, well, this is my allotted time. This is what I'm going to do right now. The babies are in bed. My husband is taking a shower. I'm going to watch videos for 30 minutes. Okay? Or when the children are napping or whatever. Hello, darling. Last year I was so stressed, so one day I wrote out all the areas of life and the time it truly took me. What I realized was I needed to let some things go. I had so much on my plate. That is true. And that's, I think, something we talked about before. It's like, oh my gosh, we've talked 30 minutes. I got to go. I haven't had supper yet, and it's late here for me. But that's what we talked about the other day, I think. That anyway. Yeah, you have to let some things go, because here's the thing. If you make commitments, which we tend to do, then you're committed and you have to keep doing them. Learn from that and learn to say no. That's a really big tool, and thanks for bringing that up. That was good. Hello, darling lifestyle. So to be catching you live. That's so good. I'm so happy you're here, Niquina. Lisa Barunas. I don't know. I don't do the routine pieces in order, and I feel like I'm looking at the sheet a lot and thinking I'm done, and then go back and I feel like I'm not being efficient. Yeah. The sheet, is that the sheet that you got by writing down the things when you watch the video, how to do the Flylady system for newbies? Because I don't put a lot on there. That's why I have 5 routines. I break those up so you can handle it. Okay, so go look at that. Now, personally, I do something else in the morning routine as well. I open the curtains. You know, I don't do a lot more, but I do some things. Okay, Karen M. was just saying to myself today, I'm going to actually follow your system and not do it on my own vision. So self-disciplining myself to just do 15 minutes and do all the routines, and always try to do too much. Karen M., that's a great comment. I'm going to leave on that comment. If I didn't get to your comment and it's an important comment to you and you want me to look at it, or you need a response, please don't fail to put your comments on this video once it posts. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed to this, and you probably have because you've all found out I'm here, but if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I've watched the stats, and it says that half of the people who watch my videos haven't subscribed. And if you don't subscribe, you can't push the little bell that sends you reminders, which are important to you. So for your own self, go ahead and subscribe. All right, guys, I love you so much. I want you to know that you are beautiful, and you guys have a great evening. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Bye.